Don't you think I'm so sexy? I'm just over. Alright, I'm back with y'all reading. Trying to get them all out for the road. Get ready for y'all monthly love reading. I told you I'm trying to keep them under 30 minutes. Just bear with me. Why did it sound like I'm rapping? I don't know. But I'm trying to keep it under 30 minutes. I really am. So we're going to see what's coming on with you for the month. And let's go. In love. Challenges or situations. God damn. Sneaky links. God damn. I'm trying to take that motherfucker there. Bottom of the deck, you got the Four of Pentacles. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on in the month of love. In the month of love. Why did I say that? Anywho, let's see what's going on for y'all. Ooh. Well, it's the big show. All right. First card out. Wait a minute. Let me get all of them out first, and then we'll see what's going on. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Do do do. Why am I doing all that? Okay. Bottom of the deck. Let me do this up just a little smidge bit. Okay, bottom of the deck, you got 9 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. All right, somebody come through, and you got the 6 of Wands. I've been waiting on somebody to get 6 of Wands up, right? I don't know if it's like attention that is needed, or because it's kind of like somebody is in a vulnerable type space and they ain't paying attention to the attention that they're like. We could say this like kind of necessarily normal, because you do got the Star and the King of Swords being reversed in the 8 of Cups. So somebody necessarily doesn't know how to deal with emotional type matters. It gives me like emotional accountability, emotional introspective, like all those different types of things, inward and just individuality type purposes for this month. Because you got 9 of Wands, it feels like somebody kind of feels exposed, and it's kind of like to 8 of Pentacles, to certain things that you necessarily didn't pay attention to. And then you got Queen of Pentacles and the 6 of Wands. So I don't know if this is a person where you trying to heal, where you trying to fix shit, go inward, and it's kind of like things that you necessarily didn't notice. Like, that's what's kind of giving me that. I don't know. Let's go. All right. You got the Star being here, being reversed. So let's see what that is about. 5 of Wands and the 8 of Cups. And the King of Swords. Some of y'all may be cussing some people out. Or whatever the case may be. It just kind of gives me that, though. It could be like something like, it just gives me somebody like sensitive saying, don't touch that. Don't bother that. Am I making sense? Like, does this make sense to you? I don't know if it's like a partner, a situation, or a group and a person, a group or individuals. It could be, you hear me say, like, individually. Like, I don't know if it's like processing the emotions of certain things that you're going through. So it's kind of like you don't want to talk or deal with those type of matters. So you're saying, I don't want to do that. Don't touch that. Leave that alone. Da 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 da. Like, in that moment, it's kind of like somebody just letting the darkness, or just, it just gives me like hopelessness and despair. Like, all negative type feelings. Because you got 8 of Wands being reversed. You got Queen of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Pentacles, though. That's why I said, ain't nobody don't pass me. Stop. Either you going through like some type of separation or legal type matter when it comes to you in a sense of happiness or being on the same page. You hear me say being able to overcome some type of obstacle. I don't know if it took you like some time. You hear me say in a relationship with you or your partner, or challenges or whatever the case may be, because the King of Swords, dealing with the emotional aspect and going within, it's kind of like they could be like raunchy, like, man, back the fuck up, da da da. Like, it's just overly aggressive about certain emotional things. It's just kind of like, no, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to do this. I don't like that type of things, or whatever the case may be. Like, it's not recognizing. Because y'all overall mood that you want to hear me say is y'all got 10 of swords or whatever the case may be. So this could be lies, betrayal, backstabbing. It's kind of backstabbing. It could be hurt. Somebody could be the martyr. It's like victim blaming, that type of thing. So I don't know, like, if somebody's not taking internally, or you just feel like somebody's necessarily speaking over you or speaking for you, or you're trying to heal this, where you hear me say it's like getting a backbone, that type of thing. And when I say get a backbone, it's not like saying that this King of Swords is not weak, but it's like standing up for the certain things that you want, like necessarily, because necessarily when it comes to the Ten of Swords, it's like, how much do you take on? It could be communication. Aquarius is all about the humanitarianism. So it's kind of like maybe the introspective that's possibly going on is kind of like you self-reflecting how others treat you, how you treating them, or you treated yourself, and you seeing how other people have treated you based off how you treated yourself. Because you got Ace of Swords being reversed. Why the fuck I'm saying King of Cups and the Five of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. That's what I said. It's like something from the past, or old conversation or connection. It could be lover, past connection, or whatever the case may be. It's kind of like it's over, it's done. Somebody keeps mulling over it. I don't know if it's kind of like the people, the Six of Wands, they keep bringing attention to something, and it's kind of like you may got to ask yourself, like, why Divine keep bringing this up? Like, why do we keep going through this, or whatever the case may be? Like, necessarily, it's kind of like maybe it's like how you learn about it. But with the Eight of Cups, it's kind of like somebody that's necessarily not taking emotional accountability for how things make them feel or how they emotionally react. Because you got Ace of Wands being reversed. That's why I said some of y'all stuck. I ain't going to say stuck. But I'm not going to say stuck, but it just feels like to me, if it's certain conversations or certain topic that you're not necessarily ready to talk about, which is cool with you and your partner in a relationship, especially about Ten of Swords or whatever the case may be. It just gives me like the energy where somebody doesn't want to talk about it because it may create some tower type moment that's kind of like blowing the lid, like speaking about it or whatever too soon. It creates a tower type moment. It could be eruptions in your emotions or situations of people all around with the Nine of Wands type energy where it makes somebody feels vulnerable or you feel necessarily exposed. Is y'all trying to get in love and y'all trying to, like, is some of y'all trying to get in a relationship and y'all dating somebody and y'all doing that Aquarius thing where y'all trying to keep somebody at fucking arm's length? Like, that's what kind of gets me, though. Because you got Eight of Swords, the Two of Wands, Four of Swords reverse, and the Magician, though. That's kind of like being stuck. Like, I don't know if it's you, like, stuck in your own mental cycle, or you dealing with somebody that's a victim that never can take accountability for their actions, if that's you or another person. But it kind of gives me, though, like, some of y'all trying to date and y'all trying to keep, like, suppressed certain things under the roof. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's kind of like you're trying to keep certain things suppressed, or you may be dating certain levels or whatever the case may be. You know how, like, you be on the prowl and you just dating people and you kind of like, okay, for people who sing, it's like you're dating and you're necessarily not trying to put your eggs in one basket, because it's kind of like, you know, you're trying to keep your whole separate where you've been dating for a little minute and it's kind of like one bitch gonna blow up your spot. Like, that's the energy it gives me. Then on the ladder, it does give me where it's kind of like somebody's trying to get you to be emotionally open. And at the same time, with them trying to get you to be emotionally open, it's kind of like with the Eight of Cups type energy, you like, no. Wrong, like, right one, bitch. Or somebody's telling you this with the Magician, they kind of like, right one, bitch. Like, this is what kind of give me, though. I'm saying somebody like, right one, bitch. It's like, right one, no. Like, this is what it kind of gives me, though. Ain't nobody doing this. Oh, wait a minute. Because you got the Nine of Cups and the Piscean type moon. That's why I said, if you is single, you looking for somebody. No, if you're single and you're dating, it's kind of like maybe you got different prospects or whatever the case may be. And it's like travel differences, challenges differences, all those different types of things. So it's kind of like maybe you just like, no, well, you told you single, you got your niggas and your women separated, because it's kind of like one that you kind of feeling, but you don't know because you ain't locked in, because you got the Two of Swords being here. So you kind of like, you may be laid up in those type of feelings. And then you kind of like, I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what kind of gets me, though. It's kind of like you're dating, you kind of get a feeler. Somebody kind of giving me a little bit of player type tease. Player. Then the rest of y'all, you hear me say in a relationship though, it's something necessarily that happens, or somebody's trying to get somebody to take emotional accountability, and they don't want to take emotional accountability for their actions, or just like they kind of like, I don't want to talk about it. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if it's like the pressing, like somebody just comes and pressing to trying to get a reaction, or you doing this to somebody else, but somebody's like trying to keep from going to 10 saying, I don't want to talk about it, but somebody just keep like that or whatever. And it's kind of like, I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. It's like that type of energy. Like, I don't know if we're doing this to somebody else or not. Alright, on the bottom we got the Magician, the Nine of Cups, the Moon, the Hierophant, the Chariot, and the Page of Swords. That's why I said it's either somebody trying to get somebody in a relationship to open up about something, or learning. If it's a marriage, open up the marriage. I don't know, that might be for somebody. Open it up, having some fears about opening up about challenging issues or communication. Because you got the Six of Swords and the Knight of Wands. Like, you got the Knight and the Page. So I don't know. That's why I said it's kind of like y'all trying to open it up. And it don't give me like open it up like in some sort of sexual type matters. I don't know if that's what you own. I don't know. But it don't give me that though. It's kind of like with the Moon and the Hierophant. It's kind of like somebody has like some fears about some counsel or support of a person. Some high priestess or whatever the case may be, learning their information. Like over time, like trying to go through a healing type path. I don't know if some of y'all may be using magic to fix a certain connection. Like going, like that's what some of y'all trying to do. Y'all trying to keep from going to some Hierophant, and y'all trying to incorporate a sense of magic. And that's be the weirdest thing though, because like I be saying, I know there's a lot of people who are into magic, and when it becomes to like marital problems or situations or lovers type issues or whatever, some shit don't even be needing magic. Sometimes y'all be needing to go sit down and talk to a fucking counselor. Like that be the weirdest shit though. Well, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make Bae some tea today. No! Sometimes some people gotta go vent. Like, that be the weirdest shit, though. I'm telling you, it really, that's what some of y'all be doing. It's crazy, though. You got the Page of Cups and the Knight of Cups. There's 2 kids here, though. Like, do y'all got older kids or 2 kids? But somebody got necessarily 2 sides to them, and I don't think... Somebody got 2 sides necessarily to them. Wait a minute, let me go ahead. Who the fuck is all these people? If y'all in the marriage, who the fuck is all these people? That's what I want to say. Who is all these damn people? Like, is this a lot of kids that somebody got? Or somebody got fears and worries about marriage? If you're not in the marriage, you're trying to get married. It's kind of like over time, you're trying to slowly communicate or figure out the reason why. 8 of Cups, I don't know if it got something to do with like love, connections, the idea of that. But you got Page of Cups, Knight of Cups. Got some crazy shit going on. Ooh-wee. Yes. Y'all got some crazy shit going on. Okay. Boom, bam. Hold on, y'all. Let me see something. This guy is swallowing. I had to cut that down. Okay. Alright. Okay, I had to cut that down. Bottom of the day, y'all got page 1. Let me stop playing with y'all reading because it's about to get real. Okay, anywho. Some of y'all in some same-sex relationships or whatever the case may be. Boom, which is cool, or whatever the case may be. Y'all might be doing that makeup to break up, whatever the case may be. Some of y'all at the point where you think about wanting to open up your marriage. Cool. You can do whatever you want to do, or whatever the case may be. Some of y'all at the same time, y'all are necessarily using magic to try to fix the union and think that's necessarily going to work. But I think some of y'all necessarily need some sort of counsel. I think for y'all with the moon and the sense of fears, and especially when it comes to communicating or whatever the case may be and being emotionally honest, I think that's why somebody's so codependent on magic, because somebody necessarily don't want to be honest. The fears, the sinister, the different types of behaviors, the emotions, the situations, like somebody has a facade that they put onto the world of who they are in the home front. So it's kind of hard. You hear me say necessary if you go into a person to talk about certain issues. So it's kind of like somebody doesn't necessarily want to pull that skin off for them to see. So that's kind of hard too. So yeah, you could deal with that. But that's what it kind of gets me though. Or whatever the case may be, it necessarily does. Boom. Okay. Now it looks like somebody's in the midst. Some of y'all in the midst of some sort of drama, and y'all trying to pick a side. This is weird. And if you dating somebody, and this is what a lot of times with married couples or people in relationships or people building foundations and all that different type of stuff, y'all gotta learn how to mind y'all business. What your friends go through is not what you go through, and don't bring that shit to your goddamn doorstep. Okay, now if it's a collective, you get what I'm saying? That's a whole different types of thing. But y'all gotta learn how to say certain shit don't bother me. You get what I'm saying? Like your friend going through something like shit, that's their shit. I'ma support you the way you support you or whatever, because that's how like a lot of men necessarily don't recognize when they old lady comes and talking about shit that be going on, and she trying to bait you in the goddamn conversation. Next thing you know, y'all going through the same damn shit that somebody else was going through. And you like, these ain't even our fucking problems. Like that's where like you gotta learn how to be like, this is not my issue. Or the masculine has to learn how, whoever the fuck got the masculine type trait or whatever, they gotta learn how to be able to say, babe, this is not our issue, without necessarily going to King of Swords irrational type mode or whatever. You get what I'm saying? My mic is sense. Anywho, but yeah. And then on the flip side, like I said, some of y'all trying to use magic, and then y'all kind of like unhappy about the fact that magic is not working over time, because magician, Nine of Cups, Hierophant, is somebody that's very skilled at magic, but it's kind of like what you using magic for. It's kind of like, you get what I'm saying? It's kind of like 3D ish, because you got Knight of Wands, Two of Wands, and the Seven of Wands. So I say y'all trying to separate certain people, certain facts from the truth and the reality. You got Temperance, Five of Cups, Two of Cups, the World, and the Seven of Swords. Yeah, like it just gives me though, like if somebody was to necessarily, goddamn, God, I'm finna hurry up and wrap up y'all reading. Anywho, but it just gets me though, like necessarily to where like if somebody wants to tell some, like it just gets me though. If you did want to go talk to somebody, piggybacking or whatever the case may be, about the unnecessary of actions or commitment or trying to connect with someone, it's kind of like you don't want to, because somebody, the vulnerability you hear me say of your own, I think you dealing with your own emotions make you feel very vulnerable. That's what I'm basically trying to say. I don't know if this y'all that can't communicate, because who else reading was this was in? I don't know, but it was somebody reading where every time I kept saying something, they kept saying, I'm sorry. And I was like, why the fuck I keep saying it? And in this reading, I can't get my words to process. Like, I know what's going on in my mind. So I don't know if that's y'all. Like, you hear me say you can't process a situation that's necessarily going on. If it's dealing with emotional type matters. I don't know, because it's kind of like maybe the people around you or whatever the case may be necessarily like closing out because they take certain things from you. Or they take certain things context. I don't know. One of y'all got a messy ass partner. I just want to clock that shit like off the wop. Somebody messy as hell. Either a friend, a person. I don't know, but somebody messy as hell. Like it really is. Like somebody messy than a motherfucker. I don't know if y'all got a friend, a person, a mama, sister, cousin. I don't know, but somebody messy than a motherfucker. And I just want to say that off the wop. And I think y'all know that, but y'all necessarily don't want to say that. And I think that's why, like when you lost your cool or like had lack of patience with this person, you felt sorry about the way that you reacted. Period. Like that's what it is. But it's kind of like they messy though. Like you get what I'm saying? Like they messy. Cause the Knight of Cups speaks to people like who two-faced it, and they two-faced it or whatever the case may be. Cause you got Four of Wands and the Hierophant or whatever the case may be. Like it's somebody who two-faced. They necessarily don't care, so it's like they could just be okay, all right, and they got the Knight of Wands, so you never really know their actions. That's why I say they pit people against each other. Five of Swords. Like it's somebody who pit people against each other. You got Three of Wands being reversed. You got the Devil, Two of Pentacles, and you got the Three of Swords. Yeah. For some of y'all scared to get married because the idea of y'all getting, like, some of y'all want to get married, but I think some of y'all necessarily don't have faith in your partner the way you do. Like, you don't want to be committed to somebody necessarily long term. Either this is a person that's with you, or they don't know, or somebody has the fear of, to where it's like somebody want to get married because they think you cheat. On the other hand, somebody don't want to get married because they fear you will cheat on them. Am I making sense? Like, does this make sense? Because y'all would say some weird ass shit. Like, y'all would. Whew, somebody want to get married. You hear me the first time. But somebody doesn't want to get married because they think that they going to be with you long term. Somebody think being with you necessarily is to keep you from cheating. Right? Cheating, right? And then on the flip side, somebody don't want to get married because of fear that's coming up, because somebody thinks somebody is a cheater or want to be married. Right? But this person, you hear me say, necessarily that's taken, because some of y'all want to open the marriage up. I don't know if some of y'all into believe that or not. Some of y'all want to open the marriage up because y'all got a lot of threes. Or some of y'all might want an open relationship or open connection. I don't know. I really necessarily don't know what's your thing or whatever with them threes. I want to get freaky with you. So, all right. It's neither here nor there. But you got Two of Wands and a Seven of Wands. Some of y'all got some fears about, like, some boundaries or whatever the case may be. It's kind of like maybe you losing patience with a person, or a person is losing patience with you because it's kind of like you're not being emotionally honest. Like, that's what it is. If it's a partner and they kind of just like, babe, just tell me, are you fucking with somebody else? And it's kind of like, you just like, no. And it's like very nonchalant. And somebody like, are you really necessarily? And to you, you may not be committed if you're single to none of these people, but you're not recognizing that the drama and blowback that's going back to them, because it's kind of like you are fucking with somebody else. Necessarily. Like, you may not be having sex with this person, but you're communicating to them. You know, that type of shit. Or your partner is, and it's kind of like somebody's like, babe, are you fucking with somebody else? And they like, no. You like, okay, cool. When you follow intuition, and you cut their ass out, and then they lose, and they like, no. And then somebody got mad because they got cut off. Girl, this is enough. That's why I said I'm finna wrap this shit up. Three of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. Oh, I said some of y'all got some some of y'all mess. Either y'all the messy motherfucker, or somebody else is messy as hell in y'all life. They keep up a lot of chaos, and it's kind of like they necessarily somebody never want to take introspective for that. But it just gets me like, y'all. I'm telling y'all, like, not saying you, but it's like an Aquarius. That's all I gotta say. Or a person you dealing with. It's either your drama or somebody else. But if somebody else necessarily, like you hear me say, Three of Pentacles, y'all got somebody that's always in y'all business. I'm telling y'all, that three. Some of y'all want to, again, because this going to sound crazy as hell, because we're finna wrap this up. Some of y'all necessarily want to open up your marriage or not. Don't know. Some of y'all either in a couple, y'all relationship, and y'all going through trials and tribulations because y'all in somebody else's business. Let me just say that. One of y'all fear the idea of marriage because you feel like you don't want to be stuck with somebody that necessarily was a cheater. And this person wants to marry you, or this person want to marry you because they think it's going to stop them from cheating, or they just kind of don't want nobody else to have you. Like, that type of shit. Like, it's weird. Then you hear me say some of y'all are dating, single, trying to get in love, but y'all don't want to be emotional accountable, and y'all kind of just got your little bitches out here, or whatever the case may be. Y'all trying to keep from all just linking up with each other, whatever the case may be. And somebody's asking somebody, are you fucking somebody else? And somebody kind of like, no. And this person, out of fear, they cut somebody the fuck off because it's kind of like they knew that you was lying about talking to somebody else. Either you knew they was talking to somebody, or you cut them off, or somebody reacted harshly. Like, that's what kind of gives me though with this King of Wands and the string. It's kind of like that when you show up, you like, just take me home. Just take me. My shit. I'm finna cut the reading out. King of Wands and the string though. Six of Pentacles. Alright, okay, yeah. Alright, let's go. We finna wrap this up. But yeah, that's it for y'all reading or whatever. It's kind of like weird as hell. This shit started more into like an extended monthly reading versus a love reading or whatever the case may be. Because I got in my head, I want to get freaky with you. And then it's like other shit going in my head. I'm kind of like, what the hell? Like, this ain't even freaky. Like, if we just being honest. I'm like, this is problems. Fuck is you talking about? I'm like, this ain't no damn freak. I'm saying, like, in the back of my head, it's I wanna get freaky. Like, it's weird. That's why I said, some of y'all ready to spice up y'all relationship or marriage, and y'all done had a three-way and y'all insecure about it, thinking that your lover gonna be with the other person or whatever the case may be. If so, don't freak on people that you know necessarily. You gotta go outside of the relationship and send them on by their way. I don't know. Don't ever say I don't know. But I'm just saying though, like, that's what some of y'all necessarily gotta do. Like, I'm just saying though, like, literally, I wanna get freaky with you. Anyway, so yeah, I think that's what some of y'all. But yeah, necessarily, some of y'all got issues that y'all going on, and some of y'all need to learn how to compartmentalize. Like, I ain't gonna say stop. Let me stop saying this shit. Some of y'all need to learn how to separate your friend's business, your cousin's business, your mama business, your daddy business, your kids' business, everybody business from the union of y'all relationship or marriage or connection, because it looks like y'all on speed dial for everybody bullshit in their life. And it's like, let me call you. And then you like, hello. And they like, yeah, girl, why about? And then next thing you know, because you sitting there taking 20 fucking hours of bullshit from people out of a fucking week or whatever the case may be. Or like in 2 days or whatever, comes to like taking all their bullshit or whatever the case may be. You want to go have a conversation with your partner, and your partner like, I don't want to hear that shit. Like, you get what I'm saying? Now you into an argument with them because they don't know how to, like, they don't want to listen, or you don't want to listen about the bullshit that they going through. Petty. Much. Hope y'all petty. I wanna get freaky with you. That's what it is though. That's what I said. Yeah. Some of y'all don't want to hear your partner. You just like, shut the fuck up. Or y'all partner telling y'all that about somebody, they very empathetic to their third party situation. Like, they very empathetic to about a person. Could be a mom, a person, a parent. But then I said, some of y'all, we ain't gonna skip past that though. Surrender to the divine. Some of y'all trying to use magic to heal certain shit or whatever the case may be. And I'm like, some of y'all just need to go see a therapist. Dead ass. All right, let's go. What do I need to release? Okay, you guys, surrender to the divine. I like that though. Some of y'all do need to surrender though, because that. Okay. Communication is key. Nothing will come in a situation. It's kind of like if you constantly arguing or losing patience about something over and over again. It's kind of like maybe it's not right now. You're trying to tap into a vault of information that's supposed to be locked. Especially with the moon. It's just your fears, your worries, your insecurities. New moon in Aries. It is time to take action. Don't let your past hold you back. This is those karmic cycles, situations, like things that happen, that past life instances, all those different things or whatever the case may be, connections, or like with love aspect, like you hear me say, not being emotionally accountable. So you just necessarily like, well, my last boyfriend, he hurt me, and and taking that shit and projecting it to the new relationship or the fears of your mama marriage, your daddy marriage, whoever it is, like putting that shit on y'all's. Work through your fears. This is those this new moon in Scorpio, whatever the case may be. I told you that's what's up. You and your loved ones, I say. Now I said that family folks, that person that comes to just keep calling your line with the same damn bullshit. Just say, just learn how to just cut them off. Okay, the answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. So either some of y'all, somebody need to cut your ass off, which is the new moon in Gemini talks about that. It speaks of like somebody got to cut your ass off. It literally says that though. Hold on, let me read that. I think that's a new moon in Gemini. It does say that though. No, work through your fears. New moon, and now it does talk about. I think it says somebody is thinking about cutting you off, or it's whichever one though. It really is though. It's kind of like somebody think about cutting your ass off, or you think about cutting somebody ass off. It's either one though. Wait a minute, let me see. No, wait a minute. No, the full moon is good. 82. Let me hold on one. Baby, don't stop. I wanna get freaky with you. Why is it in my head? I don't know. Y'all supposed to be hurrying up. Oh no, it's full moon in Scorpio. It says it's time to let something go. No, but in this or whatever the case may be, work through your fears. It says it's time to let go of a grudge you're holding. Have some sexy time. That's why the hell I want to get freaky with you kept coming in my goddamn head. Move on from jealousy. Stop being obsessive. Could it be that you being paranoid and make an investment? Scorpio is a sign of death, rebirth, magic, and shamans. It's the energy. It's a little bit dark, occultic, and even scary. Not all of us like to face the shadow, but Scorpio demands it. In fact, it's through working through your dark side that can get you to the light. In the new moon in Scorpio, and the appearance of this card at any time suggests that you should do that. So that's why I said some of y'all just, that's why I said some of y'all need to cut some people off. Some of y'all may be a little obsessive about certain shit, trying to do a lot, and it's just not going nowhere. It's not. It's really not. Okay. So other than that, though, I'm talking about with the family drama and other people and all that different types of stuff. Some of y'all need to cut somebody off. Like, neither here nor there. So, I gotta go.